will begin. So in the meantime, can we have officials, timers, camera operators to your tables?
Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice, to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home.
Please come up to the head table to name your most outstanding.
Même les athlètes élites ont besoin de soutien pour atteindre leur but, pour aller plus loin que ceux et celles avant eux et pour laisser un sport meilleur à ceux et celles qui les suivront. Athlètes Can représente les membres des équipes nationales seniors du Canada qui participent aux manifestations multisports et championnats du monde. Nous avons pour mission de parler d'une seule voix puissante en faveur d'un système sportif centré sur l'athlète, où les droits des athlètes sont respectés, où les préoccupations des athlètes sont entendues et prises en compte, et où les athlètes ont une influence sur les décisions clés qui sont prises dans le milieu sportif du Canada. Nous formons des athlètes leaders qui influencent les politiques du sport et inspire une solide culture sportive. Nous offrons un endroit sécuritaire et inclusif pour partager vos points de vue et préoccupations sur les questions qui vous tiennent à cœur. Et ensemble, nous suscitons et réalisons des changements. Nous avons été le premier organisme fondé par les athlètes des équipes nationales pour les athlètes. Depuis, nous avons toujours été des leaders mondiaux en matière de représentation des athlètes. Joignez-vous à Athlètes Can, vous y êtes chez vous. Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice, to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home. Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice, to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home. Même les athlètes élites ont besoin de soutien pour atteindre leur but, pour aller plus loin que ceux et celles avant eux et pour laisser un sport meilleur à ceux et celles qui les suivront. Athlètes Can représente les membres des équipes nationales seniors du Canada qui participent aux manifestations multisports et championnats du monde. Nous avons pour mission de parler d'une seule voix puissante en faveur d'un système sportif centré sur l'athlète, où les droits des athlètes sont respectés, où les préoccupations des athlètes sont entendues et prises en compte, et où les athlètes ont une influence sur les décisions clés qui sont prises dans le milieu sportif du Canada. Nous formons des athlètes leaders qui influencent les politiques du sport et inspire une solide culture sportive. Nous offrons un endroit sécuritaire et inclusif pour partager vos points de vue et préoccupations sur les questions qui vous tiennent à cœur. Et ensemble, nous suscitons et réalisons des changements. Nous avons été le premier organisme fondé par les athlètes des équipes nationales pour les athlètes. Depuis, nous avons toujours été des leaders mondiaux en matière de représentation des athlètes. Joignez-vous à Athlètes Can, vous y êtes chez vous. Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home. Même les athlètes élites ont besoin de soutien pour atteindre leur but, pour aller plus loin que ceux et celles avant eux et pour laisser un sport meilleur à ceux et celles qui les suivront. Athlète Cannes représente les membres des équipes nationales seniors du Canada qui participent aux manifestations multisports et championnats du monde. Nous avons pour mission de parler d'une seule voix puissante en faveur d'un système sportif centré sur l'athlète, où les droits des athlètes sont respectés, où les préoccupations des athlètes sont entendues et prises en compte, et où les athlètes ont une influence sur les décisions clés qui sont prises dans le milieu sportif du Canada. Nous formons des athlètes leaders qui influencent les politiques du sport et inspirent une solide culture sportive. Nous offrons un endroit sécuritaire et inclusif pour partager vos points de vue et préoccupations sur les questions qui vous tiennent à cœur. Et ensemble, nous suscitons et réalisons des changements. Nous avons été le premier organisme fondé par les athlètes des équipes nationales pour les athlètes. Depuis, nous avons toujours été des leaders mondiaux en matière de représentation des athlètes. Joignez-vous à Athlète Cannes, vous y êtes chez vous.
All right, welcome back. We are moving over to mat number 1, where we are going to bring you some action from the U19 women's finals, beginning with the 61 kilogram weight class. In red, we will have Eve Maxwell of Shuswap area Sockeyes, and in blue, we're going to have Marley Jackson from Coast Wrestling Academy.
A phenomenal tournament throughout here, as some of these matches just throughout the day have been so close. You know, you look at a lot of the semifinals are won by 1 or 2 points. Both of those, the semifinal losers heading out and then wrestling again for bronze. So a high level of competition here today. And don't forget, you can watch all of the competition throughout the day on the Wrestling Canada Loot website on YouTube, and feel free to watch those matches because there have been some fantastic ones throughout the day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's everything from today. And of course, if you missed anything from yesterday's action, we had the U17s in action, and we also had the U15 women. So if you missed anything from them, you're able to go back and watch those in full, or any of the matches from today. And of course, the matches from tomorrow, which will be our Greco-Roman wrestling. But now over to mat 1.
Eve Maxwell is in the red. It's Marley Jackson in the blue.
And you can always pick out those Coast Wrestling Academy singlets,
Yeah.
wherever you are.
They've got those nice designs on them. Now Marley Jackson looking to build on confidence from her last tournament victory.
That's right, at the trials just a week and a half ago. And she will be representing Canada at the Pan Ams, the Cadet Pan Ams, next week. That's in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
You know who's not intimidated about that position is Eve Maxwell from Shuswap. She went right in on the double and just drove Jackson out of bounds.
Yeah, she opens the scoring with that. However, I think, do we have a challenge happening here?
I don't know what they're discussing.
That looks pretty clear cut to me. She sort of just ran right at her, and Maxwell was not able to hold off the pressure.
Well, and I wonder if they're talking about that caution point, because neither of the judge or the referee threw that caution point for fleeing the mat up. So I wonder if that's what they're discussing, but we'll see it here. And yes, it is the caution one for fleeing the mat. That comes from the mat chair. Ultimately, he has the final say, and so it is a 2-0 advantage for Shuswap area Sockeyes Maxwell.
So Jackson now going to try to go to work here to even this match.
Good leg defense from Maxwell, just stymieing the attack of Jackson.
Both wrestlers just looking for an opening right now.
it's 2 3-minute rounds. The referees give them a little bit more leeway in regard to just their ability to set things up.
Once again, we've got a force out.
One point.
Single point there.
Yeah, Maxwell coming up with a 3-0 lead. And something that you should be aware of, well, at home you should be aware of, because I know you're aware of it, but if you do get 3 cautions, you lose the match no matter what the score. So there's already 1 caution against Jackson in the blue. So every time that she steps off the mat, she's going to be in danger of this fleeing hold.
And we did actually see one of those earlier today.
Jackson trying to tie up Maxwell, trying to see if the leg attack didn't work. Let's see if you can handle some of this upper body throw. She tried the arm spin. There was no exposure, no flight through, and their score remains 3-0.
Yeah, you can really see Maxwell's balance has just been great, and not allowing Jackson anything. And then she picked her up.
Again. You see this pressure from
2
Maxwell.
points there for Maxwell.
The forward pressure from Maxwell took away the weapon that Jackson had in the ability to pop her over and expose her. And 5-0 right now for Maxwell in the red.
Less than a minute to go here in the first period. And let's see if Maxwell can get some offense going here before the break. That time she's able to spin around the arm. There she goes to the back.
Yeah, the arm spin, it can be effective in 2 ways. It allows you to get to the side of your opponent and be able to score going in behind, as Jackson just did there. There's also obviously the opportunity to put enough pressure on the shoulder to get that 4 points. So Jackson has used that arm spin several times, and that's going to be something they're going to have to talk about in the corner.
Oh, great move there. Going for the leg and then right behind, making it 5-4. Can she add to that here? Only 10 seconds to go in the period.
No time on the ground. Referees are not being very patient with the athletes on the ground. You try one thing, if it doesn't work, we're going to blow you right back up.
Well, those were 2 great quick moves. And just like that, Jackson has cut the lead to 5-4 after 1 period.
That's a good comeback for Jackson, falling behind. And if you look in the corner of Maxwell, you can tell that the coaches are talking about making sure that they're avoiding that arm spin, because Jackson has used it multiple times. She's used it to score, and it's always a danger. She has got it multiple times in the 2 tournaments that we've seen in the last 2 weeks. So a weapon that Maxwell must be aware of.
Well, but at the same time, I think that quick move to the leg is another thing that's got to be in the back of the mind of Maxwell. And now I wonder if she's almost wondering which one it could be.
Constant forward pressure from Maxwell on this leg attack. Jackson trying to give space to stretch Maxwell out. She has done so successfully right now. Still a danger here, though.
1 for blue?
I think that was just the mistake of the referee holding up the wrong finger.
One for red.
Referees at this point have called hundreds of matches, and sometimes those hands do get mixed up. But he was quick to get
There's
him
the
in
leg move again.
Nice quick leg attack.
Oh, and maybe no. No. I thought she was going to get the fall there.
You see the score tied at 6, but you see the underlying score on Marley Jackson. The way that works when the score is tied is it goes to point classification. 5s are more valuable than 4s, are more valuable than 2s, are more valuable than 1s. So the way that the score breaks down right now is that there's 2 1s for Eve Maxwell and 3 2s for Marley Jackson. So she has the advantage right now.
You know, even when it's sort of this hand tie up, you know, we've seen the quickness come out of Jackson that an attack could be coming at any second.
And Maxwell was really successful in the opening round by putting the pressure on Jackson, and now you don't see as much forward motion from her. And I wonder what has changed in her mindset that she's not constantly attacking, because it really did put Jackson on the back foot.
Well, we have just over a minute to go in the second round, so it might just be a matter of 5 minutes of wrestling.
There's that throw through on the Olympic lift from Marley Jackson. She's going to take the lead 8-6. Again, still danger as Maxwell's in on the legs, now transitioning into a double.
Maxwell trying to hang on here. And the referee's going to call for the break. That's what she needed.
Yeah, still lots of time left for 41 seconds, so not quite desperation mode yet for Maxwell. You'll see that desperation perhaps increase if the score remains the same with only 10 seconds to go.
Clock ticking away, now 30 seconds. Maxwell's going to have to get something going soon.
Maxwell trying to get free, but Jackson content just to control those wrists, stay in the center of the mat, take away the attack hand.
5 seconds to go. Jackson just tying her up, and that's going to do it. Marley Jackson comes from behind and wins this one 8-6. Those two late scores in the first round.
And she defends her title and a little bit of a confidence builder heading in to those Pan American Championships.
That's absolutely something that the Team Canada coaches are going to love to see, that ability to battle back even when she falls behind. So you're right, it's definitely a confidence booster heading into those championships.
Did you know that you can get all sorts of wrestling information about our Canadian athletes if you follow us on all of our social media?
Absolutely, and those social media handles are once again at Wrestling Canada. That's where you'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the action from any of our national championships. We're moving on now to the 65 kilogram weight class here for the U19 women. We've got Maya Cantley from Saskatoon Junior Huskies in the red, and we've got Isabel Nielsen from Capilano Wrestling Club in the blue. So early on, just a lot of hand fighting as both wrestlers jockeying for position. Clatney looking to break out and get behind.
Yeah, she's got the 2-on-1. It's a tie that can be used both offensively and defensively. It's really good to transition from the 2-on-1 to a single leg because you end up being able to be beside your opponent. The other thing that it does is it tells the referees that I'm being more aggressive than my opponent, and that's why you see the verbal warning, the first one given out to Nielsen in blue. Just being warned that she's got to have more action or she will be put on an activity period, and we'll explain that if and when it happens.
think we're going to see it.
Yeah, so an activity period, it's a 30-second time period in which blue must score. If blue does not score, it'll be 1 point given to Clatney in red. It doesn't matter if Clatney scores, and that's a change that's happened in the last year or so. Used to be any scoring action, now it is the scoring action of the wrestler put on the clock.
So Nielsen now with less than 10 seconds to score.
You see Clatney just using that 2-on-1, controlling the action, but as soon as that time expires, and it has expired now, so 1 point for Clatney, now you're going to see the action warnings coming from the official to red. There's no score still, so they'll get on top of red pretty quickly here. You see it there from the official calling for action from Clatney. Even though she has the 2-on-1, she's not being active with it.
This, of course, all to encourage more scoring and more action in the sport.
So this is a verbal warning. Now, with only 37 seconds to go, it's unlikely that there will be an activity period put on Clatney, but there is the opportunity, if nothing happens, for a negative wrestling caution. We see a throw attempt here.
And we do have 2 going for Nielsen.
The on-mat official asked if a misthrow was appropriate. The judge and the chairperson disagreed, said that it was a takedown.
So with 12 seconds to go here in the first period, it is 2-1 for Nielsen. And now Nielsen being warned.
A little too heavy with the contact.
And I think we're gonna need a blood timeout.
No, just wipe it on the inside of your singlet.
Well, I mean, you are the red team, or the red singlet. We are gonna have our medical staff come and take a quick look.
You can hear the other mat's action. Don't forget, you can check out the mat 2 and the mat 3 stream if you would like. If you're sticking around for the action here on mat 1, don't forget to watch those after. Some great matches going on.
Clatney wipes away the blood and says, "I'm good to go." And that'll do it for the first period. Very low scoring one in this women's 65 kilogram weight class.
Yeah, a real defensive battle. And when you see both wrestlers having trouble finding a way to score on one another, it ends up being to a point where we talked about earlier about cautions, and if there's a caution one or anything like that in regard to fleeing the hold, and the officials kind of, they're impartial, but it seems like they get a little bit angry when there's not enough scoring, so they start throwing out the cautions. And we mentioned that there was no activity period put on to red earlier on. I bet that right off the whistle it's going to be action red.
So we'll see just how long our official gives her. And there we go, we heard it right away.
Yeah, gotta open up, gotta do something. Can't just block. You see the pace picking up from Nielsen, trying to kind of dirty up this match a little bit, make it a little bit more of a scrap. She's already been warned once for heavy hands to the back of the head, but again, sometimes the adrenaline of the match gets the better of you.
Well, here's an opportunity. Clatney looking to get behind, and she does. There's 2 for her. That makes it a 3-2 score. And probably none sooner, as you were mentioning, probably was going to be facing a time clock.
And you know, might still, if you'll watch, the hand of the judge will start to tap on the red paddle. You'll see him start to tap on the paddle because he wants red to do some more. It's a constant communication between the three officials to make sure that the match is being called in the best possible way.
Nielsen, she's got one leg, trying to get her up.
Here's a throw attempt from Clatney.
She's got it. She's got 4, and now she's looking for the fall. Can she roll over? Nielsen hanging
leaning
on. Nielsen's on her side.
Well, and this is what's going to be called a safety pin. I'd be calling safety. So letting your opponent up is more important at this point than perhaps trying to go for the fall and getting re-rolled, because that puts yourself in danger. You're leading 7-2. You don't have to change anything. Theoretically, Clatney can sit here for the remaining 43 seconds and change nothing. So,
well, but she's getting a little bit closer. The official looking to the chair. No signal yet now.
And she called for the pin, but the chair did not see it.
There it is.
Now the fall is there, and winning this match after a slow opening round, but that big throw scoring the 4 points for Maya Clatney.
Yeah, it definitely changed after that throw. And as you mentioned, she was able to just sit there, wear her opponent down until finally it ends in a fall.
You can understand from an athlete's perspective what it's like when someone's trying to pin your shoulders to the mat. It's something that I haven't experienced in any other sport. And I've gone through all the contact sports, the rugbies, the footballs, and everything like that, but you really do not get that feeling when you're on your back and your opponent's putting all that pressure on you. It feels absolutely claustrophobic, and the fact that she was able to hang on as long as she did to prevent the fall, but you can only hold on so long, and Clatney able to come away with the victory.
So our next match here and our last match for the U19 women will be at 69 kilograms. It will be Leonie Marie McCracken from Edmonton against Clarissa Agostini from GTA Alliance. But that match, we are just waiting for the match to finish up on mat 2, our U19 men's, where we will be heading after our 69 kilogram U19 women's match.
Well, if that name McCracken sounds familiar to you, that is the next in line of the McCracken children, and there's a bunch of them, and they've all been at the highest level in this country, and Leonie Marie really getting and cementing herself in at that 69 kilogram weight class.
Absolutely, and she was a winner just a couple of weeks ago in Edmonton at the Canadian Wrestling Trials in that weight class. Well, while we have the opportunity, we should thank our partners at the local and provincial level for helping put on this event and just helping with everything that is Canadian wrestling. We have Nike, the official apparel and performance wear supplier of Team Canada. We have OPRO, our official mouthguard sponsor. And new for this event, we have HelloFresh, a new partner on board. So you can actually take advantage of that at home with code WCL100, and that'll save you $100 on your first order with HelloFresh. I know you like all the options, all the great options of meals.
Do you know, I do, and my wife and I like it because it gives us an opportunity to actually cook together. So it's something that we like to do. But if you're a parent at home and watching, and your child is there, this is an opportunity for a healthy meal that your child can make for themselves after they get home from their everyday practice. Dinner might not be waiting for them, but they can make their own. Stop making the kids lazy.
Absolutely. And that's one of the, I was speaking with one of the coaches, Coach Ken Ken Burgess, of course, his daughter Nyla was a winner at the trials, and he said, you know what, this actually kind of makes sense for college students too, because parents can send this off, and number one, they know that their kids are getting healthy meals, and of course, if you're a parent of a wrestler, they are getting meals that they can control what they're eating and help in their weight management. But also learn to cook, because it is that time to learn to cook.
Do you know what though? The biggest thing when you've got, especially if you're a college student at this point, you've got yourself, you've got all your classes that you're going to. You've got practice in the morning where you go and you lift your weights. Then you've got your noon practice where you're doing your cardio work. Then you have your after practice, and you still have to go home and shop and everything like that. No, just get it delivered. Use HelloFresh, and the more that you use that code, and I'm going to get Darren to tell you the code again because I can never remember those things, but the more you use them, the more the HelloFresh is going to support Wrestling Canada. So your help will help us.
Absolutely, and once again, that code is WCL100. And that again will get you $100 off your first order. Go online to hellofresh.ca and check it out. Other partners, as we look around the mat, we of course have the province of Alberta. We have Canada Cup of Wrestling Society. We have Tourism Calgary, of course, helping to put this on. I mean, so many to name, so many great partners, and we just thank all of them. Thank everybody who helps make wrestling possible in Canada, because it is definitely a commitment and a labor of love for everybody who is involved in this sport.
It looks like the match is done on mat 2, so that means we're going to be moving on to our match here on the U19 women's side. It's mat 1, 69 kilograms, and this will be our final live coverage of the U19 women's program. However, it will continue after we transition over to one of the other mats. But and you can stick around and watch the 73 and 80 kilogram weight class that happened right after this match that we're about to see at 69 kilograms.
And here come the competitors. Leanie Marie McCracken in red, Clarissa Agostini in blue.
Well, it's cool to see the new generation of coaches in the corner for McCracken. You see former national team member, although he says he's going to make another run, Mike Asselstein, and in the other corner, Neil Ewers, for a long time at 66 kilogram, was the class of this country. So again, new generation of coaches coming in, a new generation of athletes that we're excited to see here at U19. Just waiting on a technical issue.
Not exactly sure where the issue is.
Calvin, start.
So it looks like we're underway here. It's an issue on another mat, so we're going to start here at 69 kilograms.
Once again, McCracken in red, Agostini in blue. Agostini getting the force out.
Yeah, good forward pressure again, just getting low, putting the head in the pocket, still keeping the head up though, not blocking, just head low and underneath her opponent. Look at that, just the clubbing that's coming from Agostini here. Really giving it to McCracken.
She's got one arm but McCracken able to hang on.
The underhook on the right side, and you're seeing the warning coming from the officials, and they did wait to see if Agostini was able to take advantage of that position before they called McCracken for just needing to up the action here. The trip from Agostini, and she's able to come out on
Agostini.
top.
And now she's looking for the pin. I think she's got it. Wow.
Yeah, immediately McCracken down to the mat, and Agostini jumped on top and secured herself a full victory and is your national champion at 69 kilograms.
Wow. Just what an exciting, unexpected match. It all just happened so quickly. And you know what? I think there may have been an injury on that, because McCracken is being carried off by her coaches right now. It almost did seem when Agostini got on top,
Yeah, it wasn't.
there wasn't the fight back that you would expect.
Yeah, Lena's normally very quick on her feet, able to sneak out, so perhaps something wrong. Maybe she twisted a knee and ankle, wasn't able to react quickly, and Agostini jumped all over. But that's not taking anything away from Agostini.
Absolutely not.
Definitely was putting the pressure on McCracken well before any of the injury. So good work by the GTA Alliance team. And to the wrestler and your national champion at 69 kilograms, Clarissa Agostini.
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage on this mat. Join us now on mat 2, where we're going to finish up with the final 3 U19 men's matches. That's the 92, 110, and 125 kilogram weight classes. So you can continue to watch the U19 women here on mat 1, or you can move with us over to mat number 2 and catch the U19 men.
Like and subscribe.
Ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow's equity round action, please note that the equity and draws are now on track list.
Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home. Même les athlètes élites ont besoin de soutien pour atteindre leur but, pour aller plus loin que ceux et celles avant eux et pour laisser un sport meilleur à ceux et celles qui les suivront. Athlètes Can représente les membres des équipes nationales seniors du Canada qui participent aux manifestations multisports et championnats du monde. Nous avons pour mission de parler d'une seule voix puissante en faveur d'un système sportif. Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home. Même les athlètes élites ont besoin de soutien pour atteindre leur but, pour aller plus loin que ceux et celles avant eux et pour laisser un sport meilleur à ceux et celles qui les suivront. Athlètes Can représente les membres des équipes nationales seniors du Canada qui participent aux manifestations multisports et championnats du monde. Nous avons pour mission de parler d'une seule voix puissante en faveur d'un système sportif centré sur l'athlète, où les droits des athlètes sont respectés, où les préoccupations des athlètes sont entendues et prises en compte, et où les athlètes ont une influence sur les décisions clés qui sont prises dans le milieu sportif du Canada. Nous formons des athlètes leaders qui influencent les politiques du sport et inspirent une solide culture sportive. Nous offrons un endroit sécuritaire et inclusif pour partager vos points de vue et préoccupations sur les questions qui vous tiennent à cœur. Et ensemble, nous suscitons et réalisons des changements. Nous avons été le premier organisme fondé par les athlètes des équipes nationales pour les athlètes. Depuis, nous avons toujours été des leaders mondiaux en matière de représentation des athlètes. Joignez-vous à Athlètes Can. Vous y êtes chez vous.
I was sure I saw one second line, and I did. And she was down, and I was game 4. Come on, Nick, that much. Just enough to like underneath her. And she was down, and I was straight. Yeah. On 0.003 something. We discussed it. From there to there. Yeah.
I was like, so your perception is that that match was actually close. That blue was actually breaking on. Red makes it
In a final. Series.
Red action. Red action.
Oh, could have been better. Could have been better.
Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice, to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. and together we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home. Même les athlètes élites ont besoin de soutien pour atteindre leur but, pour aller plus loin que ceux et celles avant eux et pour laisser un sport meilleur à ceux et celles qui les suivront. Athlète Can représente les membres des équipes nationales seniors du Canada qui participent aux manifestations multisports et championnats du monde. Nous avons pour mission de parler d'une seule voix puissante en faveur d'un système sportif centré sur l'athlète, où les droits des athlètes sont respectés, où les préoccupations des athlètes sont entendues et prises en compte, et où les athlètes ont une influence sur les décisions clés qui sont prises dans le milieu sportif du Canada. Nous formons des athlètes leaders qui influencent les politiques du sport et inspirent une solide culture sportive. Nous offrons un endroit sécuritaire et inclusif pour partager vos points de vue et préoccupations sur les questions qui vous tiennent à cœur. Et ensemble, nous suscitons et réalisons des changements. Nous avons été le premier organisme fondé par les athlètes des équipes nationales pour les athlètes. Depuis, nous avons toujours été des leaders mondiaux en matière de représentation des athlètes. Joignez-vous à Athlète Can, vous y êtes chez vous.
Oh, you're on the mat.
Anyway.